Okay, guys, so we're going to be talking about Star Wars Galactic Racer. This is the official reveal trailer. This came out about, oh gosh, like 4 or 5 days ago. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit of beta testing footage along with the actual trailer. I just kind of wanted to recap everything that's come out so far. I I'm not really sure how I feel about this yet, but let's go ahead and watch it, and I'll give you guys some commentary along the way, and we'll point out some lore things as we see it, kind of like determine like where in the timeline it falls, kind of like what vehicles we can expect to find, maybe like canonically where it's going to fall, things like that. Just looking at it so far, from what I can tell, if we cue in here, it says, with the Empire gone and the galaxy rebuilding, so it looks like it's going to be post-Empire, so, but it's going to be pre-sequel trilogy, it looks like, because we don't see anything about the whole, I can't even remember what the name of the first, there it was, the First Order. There's no mention of the First Order. So it looks like it's going to be post Return of the Jedi, but pre-sequel trilogy. The Galactic League is formed, an underground, unsanctioned circuit. So they're going for like Need for Speed vibes, where syndicates bankroll chaos and champions are forged. Yeah, very Need for Speed. No force, no prophecy, just skill, strategy, and the will to rise. And so far, it's got 749,000 views. I mean, this was December 11th. But this is going to be the official reveal trailer, and there is also going to be some gameplay footage in this as well. So let's go ahead and watch it.
I want it back. The way it was before the Empire shut it down. Massive engines. Lightning fast. Lives on the line. The pilots were incredible. Best of the best! United by one beautiful dream!
So right away, it looks like we're getting a little bit of what looks like kind of a burnout, vehicle damage. You can knock people out of the race. Not unlike how the latest Need for Speed game works. And I think some of the Forza games actually have started to develop this, where your car or your speeder in this particular instance will take damage. And we can see these two, looks like a swoop and a speeder just colliding mid-race and doing damage to one another. We can also see the wreckage of the Star Destroyers above Rey's world. I can't remember what the name of it is from The Force Awakens, but clearly this is the aftermath of that battle. Also mentioned in the book Aftermath as well. So you've got some first-person view footage here, which this is pretty cool. Again, looks like, if I back this up for just a second, yeah, custom character building is what it looks like. It's pretty generic, but it looks like you'll be able to probably have like build your own racer kind of thing.
The galaxy needs racing!
Yeah, so you'll be able to, looks like, yep, from right here, you'll be able to knock other racers out, probably like some sort of respawn mechanic. Yep, we've got swoop bikes or speeder bikes. Not the same thing. Speeder bikes are more like the scout bikes from Return of the Jedi. Swoops are more like from the Shadows of the Empire game or the Jedi Academy trilogy. They almost look like chopper bikes, kind of. They're a little different. Effectively the same thing, but a tiny bit different. I think speeder bikes can't gain altitude while swoops can. I would need to look into that and check it to make sure, but the locations look really good. Obviously, this is gameplay trailer footage. This isn't actual like gameplay footage, so it doesn't look like it's going to be. It won't be nearly this polished, is what I'm trying to say. It'll be similar to this, but I mean, a good Star Wars Racers game. We haven't had that since the PlayStation 2 Podracers Revenge game. Yep, so you'll be able to destroy people. That'll be fun. I wonder what the multiplayer mechanic will be like. So there'll be a day and nighttime mechanic. That'll be sick. First time I've seen that in this context. I mean, Need for Speed has been doing that for a while, but this will be a first and we've seen it in a Star Wars racing game. With headlights. Yeah, did you guys see that right there? Right. Let me see if I can back it up. It was blinking, you'd miss it. This like patch of headlight right here, right off the bow of, I assume this is a speeder of some kind. So that'll add a definite level of difficulty as far as racing in the evening versus the day. I wonder if they'll put like creatures like the Sarlacc or other like ambient track hazards that are creature based. That would be super cool, like racing on a world where like an acolyte can just like come out of nowhere and destroy a fellow racer, where you can like hit it or damage it in some way. Yep, and then you hear Sebulba's pod going off in the background. It says it's coming 2026. Now let's go ahead and jump over to the actual gameplay beta footage that just dropped. Okay, so this is going to be the actual gameplay trailer, so let's go ahead and give this a watch, and I'll give you guys my thoughts here. So this video, 825,000 views, is dropped 3 days ago. Let's see if they add any more tidbits of lore here. A new racer has arrived to the Galactic League, an unsanctioned race circuit where only the bold survive, so not really anything there. For Shade, okay, so we have a name. Shade, a lone racer with a dream of glory and revenge. So there'll probably be some sort of like actual campaign story. That'll be cool. And you are playing as Shade, apparently. Okay, so we'll probably get to customize how they look, but there'll be some sort of backstory and possibly like a linear campaign for it. It won't just be like arcade like the old Pod Racers game used to be.
Our newest racer has arrived! Welcome to the Galactic League!
So this is pre-alpha, so this is going to look a little rough.
Since you're here, why not take part in a...
So this is your character, Shade, looks like.
friendly
Species unknown. Looks like a dude.
exhibition race.
So I see lots of speeders. I see lots of speeder bikes and swoops. I don't see a single pod racer. So I'm wondering if they're keeping that under wraps for a later reveal. I know most people are pretty jazzed about that more than, you know, speeders and speeder bikes. At least I'm very affectionate and I have extremely fond memories of the original Pod Racers game. So I would love to have that return in this game in some format. Yep, so you can definitely damage, and there's like a slowdown mechanic. Like right in here, you can see that there is, see if I can get it to play scene by scene for you guys real quick, if I can back it up. YouTube's controls are not amazing. Yeah, but like right here. Yeah, so you like this damaged this speeder bike and chucked it off to the one side of the track, so... Yep, again, we're going to see this world making a return. It looks like they're not wanting to reveal too much. Jakku, that's what it's called. That's where the aftermath battle, one of the last battles, the closing of the rebellion versus the Empire in Disney's canon. We get some POV of the speeder bikes, which look pretty cool. They're probably going to be fragile. But it does look like he just took out the speeder bike somehow. Not really sure how. Maybe there'll be some sort of weapon system. That would be really sick if we had some sort of ability to actually attack the other racers, kind of like how Sebulba had his illegal flame jets on either side that he would use, along with just like ramming the other pod racers, like we see him do to gosh, what's the one racer's name? Not Ben Quadranero, but crap, I can't remember. But yeah, where he just rams and takes out several of the other pod racers in the Boon to Eve race in the Phantom Menace. A little bit of drifting going on there. Cool. I love a good drift. Looks like some sort of shield mechanic there. I don't know what this is, but it's the first time we've seen this like purple underglow going on. It could be a cosmetic, but I would venture a guess it's probably some sort of power-up. This is clearly some sort of cutscene, some sort of story element.
Impeding! If they weren't holding me back right now, I'd have you frozen in carbonite!
And then we get a shot of this world. Kind of looks like Alderaan. We have what looks like a Corellian YT freighter. Very reminiscent of the Outrider, which if you guys don't know what that ship is, it's Dash Rendar's ship from the Shadows of the Empire video game and novel. It's kind of like a flat B-Wing style version of the Millennium Falcon. Different YT series freighter. Very cool. Lots of combat. Yep, more slow-mo destruction events. Always cool. It kind of reminds me of like Mario Kart vibes, just a little bit. Like it's giving me, yeah, very Mario Kart-esque, like serious Mario Kart vibes. Like, and we have pod racing. So a shot of Ben Quadranero right there. Let's back that up. We can see it again. So POV or Sebulba racing on Tatooine against Ben Quadranero. So, yep, we're probably going to get pod racing back, but looks like they're keeping that under wraps. But that's pretty much everything. I mean, that's a pretty short clip, 1:30. We're probably going to get this later in 2026, probably the holiday season. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited or not, what you hope will come out in this game. Check the description for links to my Saber store, Aegis Sabers, and also leave a like and subscribe, guys. That is the best way to help me grow on YouTube. May the Force be with you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.